Yo, what's going on, folks? Appreciate y'all and y'all patience, all that good stuff. Let's get rolling here. Make sure everybody up and running. Oh, that's just great. Cool. Give me 1 second, guys, so I can make sure you guys are able to keep up all that good stuff. Make sure we straight here. We a little crooked. There we go. Hit that like button for me. We're going to build a quick pedal board. Well, it might not be necessarily quick, but we're going to build us a nice pedal board that we can easily travel with and handle all our, bass playing needs. Let's see. Just getting things adjusted here. Give me 1 second, folks. 1 second. All right. Hope everybody's doing well today. Go ahead and hit that like button, all that good stuff for me. So, few things we have up today. We're going to, first off, we have this board here. I'm going to switch to this pedal board view. Let me grab this mouse. Bam. Go to pedal board view there. So, got this pedal board here. Actually got this off of Amazon. Great little board. Oh, come on. Give me 1 second, folks. Y'all chime in and let me know if y'all can see everything and if everything's up and running right. All right. Here we go. Thank you for your patience, all that good stuff. Let's rock and roll again. Just got this board. I had this for a while. Got this off of Amazon. Nothing too fancy, but it does have a nice compartment down here for the power and all that good stuff. So all we gotta do is loosen this by hand. What's going on, folks? Appreciate you chiming in. Just building a little pedal board situation here. Something I can fit in the side of a suitcase or my duffel bag and be fine. So this actually needs to stay with this. All right, so bam, that comes off. We're gonna see how we're gonna situate this power. And I actually have to take the power supply from this bigger board I have over here. So this board over here has everything still on it. So I actually have to come over here and undo some things. I know I'm gonna need a screwdriver. Let me see if I can. So let's see, got the power plug here on the side for this bigger board. Hopefully you guys can see me pretty well. It's just a little bit. So I'm just over here. Don't need any of this stuff. Let's just disconnect some stuff first. Make my life easier. Bam. So I'm just going to disconnect this real quick. Bring this mic. This microphone over here. You guys can hear me a little better. All right, so I got to go underneath this board. Of course, we got all this other stuff still attached. Let's see how we're going to do this. I actually have to unscrew this here. So we need a screwdriver. This is the thing about building boards and stuff. A lot of times you'll just get used to doing it over and over again, I guess. You know, just going to disconnect all the power from the pedals. And I prefer this Canvas Power 15 is my power supply. Definitely. Because I can't get in there otherwise. Does use these self-tapping screws, so I gotta make sure I'm not sitting on anything. Definitely are. So disconnecting stuff just to make it easier for myself here. It's a whole process, man. Feel free to ask questions, all that good stuff. Let me get the vertical live up. All right, yeah. Hit that like button for me, folks, as well, you know, while you're hanging out with me. Definitely helps me out a lot. Let's go. A board this size has a lot of there's a lot of wires and stuff, so definitely takes some. Oh, come on. Might have to get my drill. Sheesh. What's going on, folks? Yeah, we building a pedal board here. Getting this stuff situated. Ah. There we go. We gotta take the ones in the back out as well. Ah. Definitely should have got the drill. Drill would have made this so much faster. There we go. All right. Took a bit of finagling there, but got the got it out there. And this is the canvas power of 15. Look how small it is. Very small. Light. Oh, that's that self-tapping screw there. So, you know, gives you a lot of versatility. Tons of power there. All right, let's see how we want to fix this to the board. Gotta kind of move this mic back and forth here. Switch back to the pedal board view for you guys. So, trying to see how I want to put this on here. Tempted to leave it like this, leave it on here. I don't want to screw it into the board. Matter of fact, I already got Velcro down here. So this will be the right side of the board. Trying to think if I want the power to come out the left or the right, because that depends. Need another little thing, Velcro. Yeah. Just stole some Velcro off one of the other pedals. I don't have any more right now, so just gonna go with this. We don't actually need these, so I'm actually gonna take these off, these brackets off. screw the screw back in so you don't lose it. You always want to screw things in by hand first. Yeah, this canvas is a beast. This thing is a monster. I actually love that I can actually, if I want to expand this unit, I can just get another one, run it off the same wall plug, and bam, you in business. Alright, so we'll do this something like, you might as well just go ahead, get that a nice little fit there. That's good. So bam, that's the actual power brick there. Let me put these brackets to the side. Check all my little feet here. Make sure they nice and tight. All right, cool. All right, so now I gotta grab the power brick for this off of that board, which should be a lot easier. Couple zip ties. Okay. I use an Artisan Bassworks 6-string custom fidelity series bass. They aren't in existence anymore, but yeah. This. All right. Let's see what we got here. Gotta find the power supply cable, which is here. A lot of times I keep the I just keep these zip ties under here mounted under this board, and I keep them pretty loose so I could just undo one cable if I would like to versus having to do all of them. So, bam. All right. Hopefully I can get this through. Yep. Love that for myself. Oh no. Come on, come on. Up out of there. A little more work than expected, but it always is. Cool. So now I gotta fit this. I think I might be better off. Let me see. Yeah, because then I can put this like this. Well, No, yeah, long as, yep. Then I just had a power right there, so I'll fit this like this. No, oh. Do 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 do. Velcro works great, guys, and this works great. Fits very symmetrical. Take this. Need a piece of this. Grab some scissors. Leave that piece there. Take a piece of this. Turn this around. We're gonna put that there like that, right? Since we're not using that piece right there. And okay, cool. Bow. Then we'll take this little bit right here. For real, we'll just tuck it in this corner. It's a little gap right there. Hold up, the end over here, we actually need this length. Bam. And that can sit there. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, we'll figure that out later. Okay. So bam. We pretty much powered up here. So once that's in place, bam, you see, and you even got a ton of space in there for different stuff as well. So all right, let me so bam, you know, got that thing right already. This is why I love this power supply. Look how slim it is. It's very light. Doesn't hardly add any weight to the board, you know. But, you know, and you keep the heat kind of separate by having this other, this outside power brick here. So, again, this just fits on. While all my wires come in here, I can store all my wires and stuff up in here. No problem. Oh, I need to widen this. get y'all straight here, man. There we go. All right. So now we got this. Let's grab the actual power cables for the unit. Hopefully that won't be such a challenge. All right, let's come over to this view. All right, so now we need the, well, let's go ahead and get the pedals real quick. We can always go back and do the power supply stuff real quick, but let's start grabbing the pedals we need. We need the Empress compressor, Future Impact, the Electro-Harmonix POG 3, Enzo X, 2 ToneX 1s. Nah, I'm still debating on that. And Mercury X, Jam Man Solo HD, and the Canvas Stereo Line Isolator. All right, so start here. And Velcro should hold those in place for me. So I'm gonna start grabbing effect. Raise this camera up a little bit. Switch to pedalboard view. All right, so got the Empress compressor. This is not the actual fit yet, but just putting the pedals on the board so far. Cool thing is most of this is going to be MIDI and stereo, so you know, probably do something like that. Future Impact. Let's grab the POG 3. Man. Gotta get me something flat. Okay. Yeah, damn. Here we go. God damn. This this Velcro crazy. Put this back. Performance mode. Sorry about the. Damn. Something like that. Or I was thinking about having I don't know, something like of course it's seated. We'll need this Jam Man Solo, but hoping to fit all these, still have a bit of space, hopefully. trying to decide also if I want to fit this onto the board or just keep it separate. Depends on how I can lay them out, really. Doesn't fit underneath, unfortunately. Let me get these. Enzo X. Mercury X. Something like that. And I still got a bit of room here, you know. It's interesting. If I put this here, it's gonna be in the way. So probably end up something like that. That. Okay. Still gotta squeeze in 2 ToneX ones as well as this. It's gonna be a tight fit, guys. Appreciate y'all. Hit that like button for me if you haven't already. And if you have, hit them reactions for me. And if this is useful to you, you can hit that super chat, Cash App, all that good stuff. All right, so power isn't an issue. You know what I'm saying? Placing things where it's convenient for me to get to is. Like, I don't need the future impact to necessarily be convenient for me to get to, so I can bump that out the front row. And these ToneX gotta be together. And I still need my MIDI controller, at the very least. So, this. Okay. So, this ain't gonna fit like this. Something like that, maybe. Go screen right there. Type fill. Make sure that thing's stable, you feel me? Oh, no, I don't need any pedal risers. There's enough space here where I'll be fine. Plus, the MIDI controller is doing most of the switching. This don't even... I need this to fit, but this will be removed off the board when it's not in use. Might just have to take this separate. This and this go together, but I can put this here. Never step on the screens, never any danger. Got enough room for the ToneX pedals here, bam, bam, bam. Enough room for looping, pedal switching. This unfortunately is not going to fit, so we have to, yeah, pretty much, yeah, we got to keep this separate. But the rest of this will fit. That's the good news. It is good news. Put this little piece of Velcro here. That's not super secure, so yeah, I'll have to put a piece of Velcro here. Let's see. And also, these little buttons make it pretty easy to get to. These little buttons, so bam. This is another little trick I use too. If I do want these pedals, like certain knobs, to stand out a little bit more, I make these little double-sided Velcro parts. Let me see what the other ones are. So instead of having risers, I kind of use these as well because I don't need a full riser, and the full riser wouldn't allow this to fit in the case either. And I want it to fit in the case. So a lot of times I'll stack these up. And they also let it be a little easier. Yeah, gracious. What kind of Velcro am I using? I give me a butter knife or something in here. That'll make my life easier. So now this is, it's like that much taller on the button, just on the button side though. Because unfortunately this slopes down right here. So, you know, that pretty much takes care of that. So, yeah, I think this is a good layout to go with so far. Yeah, that looks good, right? Everything looks accessible. might have to put this back a little bit like this. Let me see something. Definitely works. Okay. Awesome. Bam, 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 bam. And see, these two I gotta hit together. That's how I test it. For real, I don't be. That's how I test it out real easy. Might as well dust these babies off. Eesh. Dirt up off them. You know, they're a little bit of an investment, so keeping this extra dust and stuff from accumulating too much on them actually helps the pots and stuff stay in a little bit better condition. Especially when you got something like with sliders and things like this Pog 3. All right. beautiful. All right. So yeah, unfortunately, the only two things I'm not gonna be able to get on here is the stereo, is the line isolator, and the 10-foot switch. Only way I get the 10-foot switch on here. Yeah, I don't really see a way. But with this, put this like that. That's actually tucked away a bit. Like that works. I got that a little bit on there. Add another little piece of Velcro to that. Oh man, it's got the sticker on it. Oh, come on. Oh, I'm trying to find some Velcro. Here we go. I'll take this. And I'm going to take another piece, put it there. It's another little small little strip of Velcro. I don't want this to be too hard to get off, but can't have it moving around when I'm transporting it either. So using like these little smaller strips instead of one big strip. And these are great, by the way. These are only 150 bucks. Full MIDI interface. For this board, this is going to be the brain. So pretty much it's going to come out of here and start pretty much daisy chaining to the different MIDI pedals. And then we going from there. This could even sit right here for real. Just to give it a little more space, but I know I like to step on this button a lot versus these I don't use as much because I use the MIDI controller. But if I can get this to sit like this, I don't want that bumping it like that, so just a little bit of space do you good. MIDI will come out of here, go down there, come out, start running. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4 MIDI devices here. Well, I'm talking about pedals. Yeah. No, I can't fit it under the board. I don't want it. It won't. Dang, I really want that on the board. What if I fitted these? Protect that a little more. Damn. Had this there, but see, it's still not gonna fit. Playing pedal Jenga over here. So what if I only use one ToneX though? Like, can I pull this off? Yeah. I only need this here for traveling purposes. It's like the way I kind of use the pedal board, this will sit like in front, like this. And cool thing is I can always use the touchscreen as a controller, even without the foot switches. So, okay, but guess we won't be pulling that off. Just gonna throw this right there. I still want this screen right here. It just looks so much better right there. If I want to get to the USB, I'll probably leave a USB cable attached to this that comes out, goes underneath, and just lives there. MIDI can go straight out from here down. Yeah, all the routing should be good like this. Yeah, we should be good. This should be fine. This is fine. And I can still hit everything, no problems. There's not even a chance. I would literally have to slip and drag my foot or something weird. I never do to even hit that. Plus, these screens are only $20. So, all right. See what we get. Okay, so far, kind of doing all right here. I know this doesn't fit under the board the way I want it to. Yeah, so this, I just have no way of getting that on there. So it is going, but it'll have to go separately. Unfortunately. All right, let's start wiring things up here so we're not just, you know, you'll do that when you're making a pedal board. You'll just start thinking. You stand around thinking, trying to play Jenga with your pedals. Start grabbing some cables here. You'll need give me some shorter ones. Need those. Is audio. Think I'm gonna just keep this on here like this. This is a little riser I have usually for this looper here. But since I need this to have its own little mini pedal board type feel, I'll go with this. Just need to put some rubber feet on the bottom. But yeah, let's rock and roll. All right, so next thing we're gonna need is power. I start gathering power cables off of here. You don't really need super long ones, but you need ones that are it's never easy getting all this done. So, all right. I'm literally tracing all of these down here. You guys can see me over here. All right. What we got? It's literally a maze of wires. Mm. 1. How many we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We need 9 of them. 2. Eesh. 3, 4. Almost there. It's coming number 5. 6. 7. Let's go. 8 and number 9. All right, 9. Got all the power cables. We're gonna need these MIDI cables. Let's see what we got here. All right. Where are my snippers? Unfortunately, the MIDI cables are the ends are too big to just slip through like the power cables. So, unfortunately, I have to cut some zip ties. There we go. Let's get all these. One, two, three. This one. Alright. Looks like we got them all. So essentially all these, we probably gonna need more audio cables, but got all the MIDI cables we need. Wire this joint up. And we're using the low profile ones. These actually come out the jack at an angle. So when I put this in here, I just drop that down there and just put this in here like that. And I might even turn it around, have it come the other way. So bam, now it fits like this. Let me see. Oh, that goes upside down. So yeah, we'll just have it go this way, like that. And then it just curves down, goes underneath. But all right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of these. And we got 4. Okay. 4 MIDI cables. We actually got 5 or 6 up here. Lay those there. Those are extra. 2, 3. Let's see if I can find some shorter ones. Don't really need too much length. Some of these are extremely long cables. And as you can see, this is a pretty short board. So see what we got here. Short. Let's find another short one. Short. The rest of these are super long. Like, okay, let me see if I can find a couple shorter ones. Any more short ones available? Yeah, I'm just finding these short ones real quick. I really don't want too much extra cables. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 short ones. Pretty long. Okay. All right. Cool. All right. So we got a few cables here. Let's go ahead and run this power real quick. We'll use these shorter ones first. So things that are closest, we'll get power first. Set that there. Make sure. I could stand to have a longer one. And we'll put the Digitech on the shorter one as well. So just gonna drop all these down in place. Like that. In fact, this one can come this way. No, this works. See what I'm saying? Gonna drop these down a bit. Need some more Velcro right there. Can't forget that. Other thing is I want my expression pedal to come through here. I really might just have to put this here. And call it a day. Since that's got to loop back that way anyway. All right, cool. Now we'll find some medium size ones. Oh, these is. I wonder if any of these. Let me check see if any of these are just a little short. These. Yeah, whatever. See. In there. Drop down. Yeah, so the underneath the bottom plate covers up to here. So running these down through this gap right here allows them to just drop down where it's most natural for them to go and not be in the way. Like, see, I still have access to the MIDI port there. This one I'm gonna run off to the side here, and then we're gonna come up underneath like that, off to the side. That's already got power. And the other cool thing about and this one I'm gonna do the same thing. Just trying to decide. I don't like my ports being so vulnerable, but you don't have a choice. Whatever. If I run it this way, does that feel a little better? Nope. Doesn't feel any better. And you still got a bunch of wire to be exposed. So I'm gonna put it through here. See, but when you put it in the case, it's gonna want to slide. Let's just do it this way. All right, power cables are ran. Go underneath. Really just got to plug. Really just got to plug everything in. So. And just to keep it simple, I'm literally going to plug them in the exact order that they're running in the chain. So anything happens, I can easily tell what it is, what's going on. ToneX. It's the last thing in the chain. So, all right. So then we got the Pog 3. Enzo X. Mercury X and the Digitech Jamman Solo. All right, so all the powers ran. All right. From here to here, we're going audio fill now, so bam. Perfect. There. Come down. This is going to actually, let me put this bottom plate on real quick. So let's see. This is not how they stand, but I need to turn the board over, so. Alright, everything nice and secure. Cool. Alright, so and just in case, let me see, let me bring a chair over real quick. Yeah, I think I might run this way. Just because I like to have the side of the boards with as little things going on as possible. And the bottom, I like to keep this, like to keep this part of the board kind of, let's see. So I like to keep the front of the board with a little bit of edge here. So this is the only part, if I sit the case down, that's having anything going on. And then I also like to, you know, keep the sides of pretty empty as possible. You know, so when I unhook the board, these two audio plugs will come out of there into whatever I want to go into. So, all right, and you see the bottom of the board here. Before I put on the bottom, which is right here. So pretty much get this out the way. I don't even really have to do much here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Slide this on like that. Let me just stuff all the cables in there. Easy cable management. Don't have to do too much. This pedal board is only $60. You know. And they make it in different colors too. And you just got 3 screws here. You can tighten them by hand. It's not an issue. All right, so that's pretty much how the bottom looks with the thing on. So it does a lot of cable management for you as well. You know, but with that on, you know, you almost complete there. And the reason I did that is because with the audio cable, sometimes I need to weave in and out of there. So like here, I'm going down into this part, coming up underneath, and this is coming to the future impact. I might actually change this to a straight plug. Here's perfect. Here's something perfect. So right angle to a straight plug. Right there. What's going on here? All right. Make sure I hit that like button, folks. Oh, thank you. Shout out to Big Sunno. You know, became one of the Patreon supporters, as well as, you know, congratulations and thank you for buying the Zoom MS-60 CDR pack for this pedal, which I greatly appreciate. Also, if you want to check out any of my used pedals and stuff on the reverb.com, you go to my page on the what is it? Just go to my page on my just go to my YouTube page and you'll find a link there to it. So, yeah. But thank you. Thank you. And I'm glad you're enjoying it as well. So, all right. Let's put that to the side. We're going to go and my only other concern would be like not even an inch, just a little bit, and I could get that out. Nope. I ain't really got too much room back there, so whatever. All right, again, we're gonna go down, come up. Really, I ain't even gonna do that. I'm gonna go right here. And then just go straight into it. Put that little bit of cable under there, bam, easy work. And neither audio jack is stressed out, and neither is the plugs. So when I press them, they'll be fine and all that good stuff as well. All right, let's see what else we got. We gotta go from here to here. I guess we'll go flat to flat there. So and I'm selecting the shortest distances possible with these. This might be another one. I might just go out straight, just because this is always problematic, this type of bend with your cables. So long term, you don't want these such strong bends on your cables. Like that. So let's go straight to flat. Straight to flat. Alright, let's see if we got one. What's this? Alright, that's too long. Okay. This always the dilemma, you know. Put this here. This is gonna be that right. Matter of fact, put it there. It's gonna be that. I really want it straight to a flat, but might do it straight to a right angle. Again, I don't have any flats. Any straight ones at least is what I'm looking for. Yeah. All right, cool, whatever. Not gonna get exactly what I want this time, but it is what it is. It's all right. See, that's gonna throw my space off. That's why I need it straight to the flat. How is this even possible? None of those are straight to flat. Let's see something. This is what I'm trying to avoid, putting stress on this audio joint here. What is this? This is way too long. This is exactly the configuration I need. It's just way excessively long for what I'm trying to do. Let's get these smidge closer. See if that works out. These gonna have to be real snug there. Need a small flat there. Something like this. See what I'm saying? I try to avoid it bending right here. Right here is fine, but here and even too much stress here can wear your cables out. So I try to avoid it. Down there, bam, that'll work. I said I don't particularly like that, but it is what it is. Actually, okay, I forgot how I was gonna set this up. Okay. This doesn't come out of here and go to there. This goes to here. I ain't even did. Is this gonna reach? Just barely not fit. Barely doesn't fit. Okay. Hit that like button for me, folks. I definitely appreciate you guys hanging in there with me, rather. I know. Yeah, MS-70 CDR is a good pedal for sure. These don't even have to be wired together. Be wired separately. So essentially, pedal chain is going to be Empress compressor, future impact into the POG 3, which will then go into the Enzo X, and then back into the ToneX 1s, then to the Mercury X, out to the Jamman Solo. So that's pretty much the effects chain there. You know. Hit that like button and make sure y'all subscribe if you haven't already. All right. So now out of here, we're going to run 2 out of here into here. Let's see. Couple short right angles. All right, bam. All right, so you got to come out of here into the ToneX 1s. So we need some flats. Something like that. Short. Look what I just found. Ain't that irritating? You be trying to find something Boy, I tell you. I don't think that's long enough anyway. It might be. Nah, it's not long enough. Anyway, so whatever. Actually, I can do one flat and one right angle. I don't think that's long enough. This one's even shorter. Where is it? Quite long enough. It's too long. Long enough? No. All right. Let's see which these fit the best. This is too short. Okay. Preference is a flat to right angle. So separate all those. first. This will work. Right angle to right angle will work best coming from the Mercury to the jam man. So we'll put those there. Those are flats to flats. This is right angle, right angle. This is a right angle to a flat. I can do a flat to a flat there. But coming out of there, need another flat. Flat coming out of there, going to there. Means I gotta have I think that might work. This coming out. These two going in. These two going from here to there. And I think we out of there. See what we got. This thing ain't staying on, so let's do. Here's the chat. All right, cool. Usual suspects in the house. Appreciate y'all. So, all right, let's wrap this up. We're gonna come out of here. Just go straight back. All right. Right. That, Mm. Out the ToneX ones. Might actually. Right, left. Basically had them joints hugging. Basically. Thread this through the bottom. No. I want to use this. That actually fit really good though. Yeah, I can use that. Well, this the tricky part, just getting everything situated nicely. Right. Cable under there, cable here. Come out right there, boop. Ah, perfect. That is beautiful. This I'm gonna run under. Come right there. Bow. Hoping that doesn't interfere. All right, we working our way, folks. All right, pretty much wide up here. Let's see what else we might need. Take this, pull that slot. All right, cool. Bow. In there. All right, so that's all the audio. All the audio cables ran. All the power ran. Just gotta wire up the MIDI. Start doing that. All right, so first things first, started the MIDI controller. Let's start with this side. Yeah, see, I don't like that sticking up like that, but I don't really have a choice. Do that. Actually, we come down. Come down here. Just like this. And it be real slick. Bam. And we still got access to our MIDI input port there. But we'll take this and run it to the Mercury X. I might just come out the side here. I ain't even gonna lie to you. This even fit. Oh, it'll fit. Okay. Well, if it'll fit, then I'll run it through here. I'm just basically fishing out cables to finish out this board here. Oh, come on. Dang it. There we go. There it is. Come on. Here we go. Come on, work with me. There we go. Go to the MIDI end. Sheesh. That's all. That real close. Cool. All right, the rest of them should be easier to run. That one was just, doing this thing, boy. Now, the MIDI doesn't matter what order you run it in. Yeah. To the MIDI in. Bam. All right. Come out of here, MIDI out. Yep. And all I'm doing is just stuffing this wire down here. I'm not even this extra cable. It's not really any special thing I'm doing right this second, Slowly just feeding all this wire underneath this board. Just to get to this. And got committee out of there. This one might be just a smidge trickier because I gotta get over to the future impact. Shouldn't be a problem. Beautiful. MIDI in. All right, and just like that, all the MIDI is done. Let's put that like that. All right, so actually the whole board is done now. So let's just power up and see what we got. Where's the power key? Beautiful. All powered up, ready to go. That tight. Everything on. See if we got MIDI. Yep, we got MIDI, folks. We sure do. We got MIDI. All right, we got MIDI. Yeah, we good. All the pedals. Each end, yep. MIDI's done. Power is all handled with one plug right here. We got stereo, full stereo setup. Well, not full stereo, mono coming in. Empress, Future Impact. Going to the POG 3, which is stereo. Into the Enzo X. Enzo X comes down into the ToneX one separately. And then out of these come out of here. This is the left. This is the right channel, left, right. I know that's a little confusing, but it makes more sense. And then you got stereo into the Mercury X and stereo into the looper here. So only thing else on the setup is this. So, you know, we can pretty much take this. Where's the XLRs? 1, 2. So we'll take these XLRs right here, right, left. Let's just grab a couple cables. let's see what we got. Let's say only thing. Let me see. Is I'm gonna keep this with the board. Yep, bam. Output. See, where's my headphones? Let me grab my headphones. Make sure it's a nice quiet setup. So yeah, that's the pretty much the basics of it there. You know, you get your pedal lineup. Normally I go in pedal order, but as you see, I kind of jumped around there with the pedal order this time, just because these three pedals on the top row, first off, they look better this way, But other than that, they fit perfectly, like that. All the input jacks and output jacks on these are all on the back, so I could take advantage of this back part of the board underneath, coming under there, and then I can also still have my ToneX ones where they're accessible. These are I do have to change the ToneX ones physically. I don't have a MIDI controller for these at the moment, just because I don't really trust the ones that are out, especially because when you go and buy them or look at the site, a lot of times it's saying things like, if they update it and it don't work, it's pretty much on you. So I don't really like that. So, let's see some. Definitely appreciate y'all hanging in here with me, though. If you haven't already, hit that like button. All right, so from here, I pretty much can do anything I want to do. As you can hear, it's a really quiet setup. Thanks to the power, all these audio cables I did custom myself, and the MIDI cables, are MIDI cables. But yeah, so there's a few things. If I want to power another board from this same wall plug, I can just get an extension for the Canvas Audio 15. And if I want to run multiple loopers, I can do that with the Jam Solo. I also have these two. This is the Jam Solo XT. I used this for many years before I upgraded, and as you can see, they look almost exactly the same, but this one does sound a lot better, and this one sounds like studio quality. This one is like the same quality as most of the loopers out, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I upgraded to this. I like the sound of this. I can take these, record something on here, save it, go drop it into a DAW, and I got amazing quality, recording quality. But I also got this Jam Express XT, and I keep these for when I want my band to loop with me. So, I usually play with a trio if I'm not doing solo, so they can choose to loop, and we can have them all synced up with the Jam Sync. So I also could, this same setup, I could run keys as well, and I could run the MIDI out from here, run that to my iPad, and I can do all that, or I could do it wirelessly, have this pretty much run my whole board. So it definitely has some perks, and it could do it wirelessly. So the foot switch that it comes with, this foot switch here, you got, as you can see, it's very quick, very responsive, and it's wireless, so I don't have to keep this connected or anything, and it has like a 6-month battery. I've had this thing for a few weeks and been using it for a few weeks, and it's still on 100% battery. If you look here in the corner of this screen, you probably can't see it on camera, but there it gives you the battery percentage of the latest the foot switch that connected the most recently. That would be this one. So I got that option there, and what I'll also probably do is set up a page on here that's going to be like what I have on my MIDI Captain, and that way I won't have to have my MIDI Captain, but I'll still have access to all this different stuff, Oh, that, yeah. I forgot I did all these patches. Like I did this future impact has some really good overdrive and distortion. Um, in addition to all the synth stuff. So, and the filters are amazing as well. So, took full advantage of that with the MIDI controller. And the cool thing is the majority of this board is MIDI. You know, the majority of things I would need to switch during the show are all on MIDI. The Mercury X, Enzo X, Pog 3, Future Impact. Um, the Empress compressor pretty much just stays on. You know what I'm saying? The ToneX ones pretty much just stay on. I just might switch sounds. So I have on this blue setting here is my JHS color box preset for chordal things, and pretty much my general 1073 EQ that works for everything from bass to keys to everything. And then I have another blue setting on here that has my bass specific color box V2 setting. Then on this other, so I keep it on the one general one. I have the color box running into an Aguilar AG preamp on this dull green one, and that also has the bright switch on. And then I have a couple, some Marshalls on this orange ones. So I have guitar amp, so I got my general EQ setting for everything, strings, organ, EP, my general bass setting on one, and then in the middle I have a guitar amp that for when I want to get to those guitar sounds. So, you know, this little board, even though it's only, what is this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pedals, this will pretty much do anything I needed to do. I got unlimited amp models, unlimited synths between these two things, and unlimited, you know, reverb and delay and modulation between these two. Just every single thing I would absolutely need. Got drives in here, filters. I mean, this board really, only other things that I have that these haven't replaced is the Electro-Harmonix Key 9, the Mel 9, I mean, really, this can replace the Mel 9. The Enzo X, between the Enzo X and the Mercury X, you can replace a Mel 9 somewhat. I still prefer to have my Mel 9. You know, I'm going to build another board that'll connect with this one, and it'll have like the Key 9, Mel 9, the Ravis Sitar, V256 vocoder, and the MXR bass synth. I'll all be on that other board, and that board will be completely mono. And pretty much it'll be a board that connects to this one from mono, connects into the compressor here, and then this board will finish out the rest of my bigger setup. So, yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. Let me turn it off so I can show you underneath real quick. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. So, here's the big reveal for, let's take this. I might put one of these effects loops underneath. I wonder if it would fit. Like I might put one of these underneath if it would fit, but I doubt it because these about the same size as the as those, but they got these buttons on top, which make it even taller. I really hate plugging directly into pedals in and out of it. I feel like that eventually you're gonna wear out. Good jack, but all right. So here's the one power plug here, and as you can see, the setup and breakdown is tremendously easy. So this is what the back of the board looks like. You know, probably just push that in a little bit more, and bam. So back of the board, side, that's where your power is. Nothing coming out of here. And underneath, pretty much looks like this. Just gotta tuck this little baby in. But yeah, so this is what the back of the board looks like. I mean, underneath the board. Yeah, you see it's pretty clean. And I didn't do any real cable management in there. You saw that. I didn't do any real cable management. And yet, you got a beautifully clean board here. That's why I like this. Let me find it and put it in the chat for you guys real quick. The link to this board. So yeah, I mean, you guys comment down below. Let me know. Let me know what you got on your board. But I'm about to put this link to these actual boards here, pedal boards. They're very affordable, sound great. Get signed in here, bam. Give me 1 second, guys, and I got you. Oh, he changed the link on me. Okay, I'm glad I looked. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Where the rest of these joints at? Yeah, trying to find it for you guys. Just not sure why it's not showing up. There we go. And they even got it in different colors. How do I share this? Okay, guys. Oh, I'm getting there. Just trying to, there we go. They only 60 bucks too. That's the cool thing about it, for real, for real. Only $60? Come on. See if I can, if I put it in this chat, will it allow you guys to click on it? There we go. Okay. All right. So it should be on there now. Yeah, so you get the hard part about, the whole pedal board thing in general is that you get to thinking that there's always something better or there's always something more you could do. To be honest, like I said, I've told you guys this many times before. You don't need but so many types of chords. Once you have a device that can produce all the different types of chords, you really don't need nothing else. You get things that are different quality. Like the Meris stuff is top quality. That's why I go with that for my modulations, my drives, my filters, sims, delays, reverbs, even the special type effects where you get into the ambient type thing, like the hazy modulation or the vowel mod in there. The Pog 3, I mean, the tracking is so quick and perfect. When you're playing chords, it never misses. And it plays, the latency is next to none. Not to mention, it's got a lot of features, that you can do, including playing it as an organ. So then you got the Future Impact. This pretty much covers any vintage bass synth. Moog, ARP 2600, all that different types of stuff. And the Enzo X will cover things like the CS80, things you could do with the CS80 and keyboards like that. ToneX ones means I don't have to carry 15 preamp pedals. As bassists, we love our preamp pedals, right? I love my color box and my Ampeg SGT, the Gensler Magellan Aguilar AG, Eden WTDI, the Gensler Benz, Shuttle 9, Little Mark III, Tisa Electronic BH500. I love all these different amps, and preamps, but I can't carry all that to a gig. What can I carry? ToneX ones, and these sound spot on to those. Nobody, not even professionals, were able to tell the difference between the ToneX and the preamps that it's modeling. So, you got the Luminite Graviton M1 running everything, and this is only $150. For this to be $150, be a touch screen, then the foot controller is only $89. That is a steal. You know what I'm saying? This will run your whole board, and it does have wireless MIDI as well. So when I want to run my MIDI controller and I don't want to connect it directly to my board, I don't have to. I can literally play my MIDI controller, have it wirelessly connect to the Luminite. The Luminite will send out the MIDI throughout the board. that I need to the different pedals according to the MIDI channel. So definitely worth looking into. Great investment. If you're worrying about the screen replacements are $20. You really can't beat that. Also, if you want the ToneX ones or the ToneX series pedals, use the link. It definitely helps me out a lot. Use the link in the description to buy your ToneX stuff. Then the Jam Man Solo comes through with pristine sound quality. True bypass doesn't change any of my sound when it's, at all, even when it's recording or not being used. So, I'm very happy with this setup. It's very minimalist for me. Y'all seen my usual setup. So this is the minimum I can work with and do any single gig, whether it be solo or with a major artist or as myself as an artist with a band. This pedal board will literally do everything and excel at it, not just do it or get it done. A lot of multi-effects units, they're just getting it done. It's not excelling or beating out the individual pedals that you would buy for that effect. These Meris pedals and the ToneX ones, the Future Impact, the Pog 3, all they kill. And the Empress compressor, I don't talk about it much, but this thing just sounds so amazing by itself. Like if you just want one bass pedal that's going to change your life as a bass player, and just make your sound so much sweeter and cut through more and just sound way more professional. The Empress compressor is definitely a great place to start. You even get a bit of EQ with and tone, like a saturation with the tone plus color. So having that as a start in my chain starts me off with pristine sound quality. Then the rest of these have true bypass, but the Meris pedals, when you're running them stereo, they use buffered bypass. So I don't actually need a buffer at all. I already got that running and I'm good from here, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate y'all hanging out with me today. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe. If you're feeling up to it, send me a little Cash App super chat. I'm going to NAMM in a few weeks. If you got some booths you want me to hit and you want to guarantee that you're going to have me explore the booth, hit that Cash App super chat. Say it's for NAMM booth or whatever booth, you know what I'm saying? You want me to spend some time there making sure I go through their products and, because I simply, NAMM is so much stuff, you simply can't hit everything. But I do want to get the things that you guys want to see. And I do want to prioritize the people that really are supporting me and help me make these things happen, because I'm not going to NAMM as under anybody's company. I'm going under my own company as a content creator, thanks to you guys. So thank you guys so much for the support and the love and everything you guys have shown me. It means a lot to me that you guys even come and hang out with me every day. So, if you haven't already, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. I'll be back later on. I'm going to play through this joint in a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and take a break because I've been up here for about 2.5 hours putting this together and just giving you guys some good example of how to get a nice solid board. And just so we could check, you can see everything is, if you could do this and it'll move the board and don't feel like it's about to come off, you pretty much good from there. Another little tip before I go, I might put a little bit of cardboard between these pedals and things like that. Like right here, this and this are kind of touching just slightly. And I don't really, I like to have a bit of cushion between anything. So as things get moved around just from me pressing it, when you press the pedals, they move just a smidget, and that can cause you a little damage on the side of your pedals. So just to avoid that, anywhere where it's super close, I'm going to take a little bit of cardboard and like a little strip of cardboard, put it down there. It won't be visible, but that's another little tip, to protect your pedals as well. But All right, guys, I'll catch you next time. Thanks for hanging out with me. This has been another episode of All Bass Creations, Effects, Tutorials, Demos, and Review. I am the Bass Negus. Make sure you follow me on all social media platforms. Check out my music on Bandcamp. And most importantly, go over to the Patreon and support the channel. If you want my preset packs for these different pedals, I got preset pack, bass pack I just released for the Mercury X. I just released about 9 packs for the ToneX ones, including updated packs for each of the individual preamps and combinations with the color box. So the color box running into an Ampeg SGT, a color box and an Aguilar AG preamp together in one tone model in a pack with different settings, you know, so you get 2 pedals essentially for one with those packs, you know what I'm saying? So definitely check all that stuff out on my Patreon, as well as things like the MS-70 CDR Plus, MS-60B Plus. All these preset packs are available on the Patreon. The C4 synth on the Patreon. What else we got here? That's all we rocking right now. So the rest of them you kind of see here. And I'll be coming out with a POG 3-pack and a bass effects pack that's just like the modulations and the filters and how I pretty much turned the Enzo X into a multi-effects pedal for me. I'm going to have all those settings in one pack for you, as well as you'll still have access to the bass synth pack that's on there. So thank you guys, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.